What's going on, my good people? Um, I wanted to speak about something today, ain't necessarily went on my walk yet, but I wanted to speak about something. Um, this message is really for the young adults and the adults because I feel when you become a young adult, when you turn 18, you are now a 1 year old adult, which means you have no experience at being an adult, just like you didn't have any experience at being a kid. I feel kids should remain at the kids' table and talking about kids' issues. But when you come over to the big table with the adults, don't be speaking like a kid. The adults will be able to scope you out pretty fast because we've lived a little bit of life as adults. The thing with that gets mixed up about kids wanting to be adults but still want to be kids at the same time is people keep growing up and they get these fancy ages. They 21, 25. But to me, if you're 21, you are what, a 3-year-old adult? If you're 25, you are 7 years old as an adult. So at 25, you still gonna be making somewhat kid decisions. You gonna do kid things, and then adults gonna be looking at you crazy. You be like, why are you looking at me crazy? Because you're acting like a child. You acting like a kid. So I wrote down some points to explain to people adults versus kids. It's a lot of kids that want to be adults, but then they don't want to pay the full cost of what it takes to be an adult. They want to be kids in an adult world. But when an adult come to them and spank them with some conversation or with some correction, they don't want to hear it, especially not no kid, especially if you're a kid not willing to grow up. And this is especially for young men. Most of y'all that grew up in single parent households and you got the man role by default. You got the role of a king by default. You didn't even get to learn how to be a prince. You immediately got the dad or the father role because your father was not there and you are totally unequipped. And most of y'all are ego driven and don't want to learn from people who've been doing this man thing for a long time. You don't want to ask for advice. You want to use what you got naturally. But let me explain some things here that I wrote down because I had to get prepared for saying like things like this because I didn't want to really piss nobody off with things that are not facts. And I didn't want to just ramble. So I wrote down things. And the first thing I wrote down is it's only one king and queen per kingdom. If you got a kingdom, there's only one king and one queen. When my uncle explained to me his kingdom, it started with his wife. And when they start having kids, that's how their kingdom started to form. Some of y'all grew up in the house with mama and daddy. Some of y'all only grew up in the house with mama. Some of y'all only grew up in the house with daddy. If you are a woman and you are in another woman's house that is paying all the bills, you are not a queen. If you are staying in a queen's house and you don't pay any bills there, you're not a queen. Can't be two queens in a castle. It can't be two queens in a kingdom. Only one. So all of you little girls that think that be staying in somebody's house popping y'all shit, you are a kid. You are a princess that needs to be learning how to be a queen. Instead of trying to supplant the queen, you need to get to work learning what the queen know. Instead of popping your stuff, this is the thing. You can watch what people do on a phone. You can watch your mama clean the house. You can watch your mama cook. You can watch your mama go to work. You can watch your dad perfectly run a household. But until you implement these things, you don't know how to do it. That's the thing about a kid and an adult. The adult most times knows what they're doing or why they're doing it. The kid has no idea. Like kids have sex, but they don't know that a baby's gonna come out of that vagina. You keep humping up in there, kid's gonna come up out of there. And that kid gonna need to be cared for. If you was an adult, you would know that what you was doing was leading to that. But most of y'all don't know. And then when the kid get here, y'all be like, well, when the kid get here, we'll just figure it out. It's a lot of people that are ill prepared for these children that they're having because they think watching their parents, it was easy. Oh, you took care of me? Man, a lot of these kids, y'all was raised on Section 8, $125 a month rent. That's not the future y'all going into. Y'all got Trump. Trump better give y'all 2 years on Section 8 knowledge programs, 2 years, which means within those 2 years, you're going to have to find something to do with your life. So you won't be able to be a kid in an adult's world. When you have that baby is going to be on you. It will be great for you to pick a great father for this child, a father that does not live in childhood, but has actually grown up to adulthood, that's going to take responsibility for the baby. These are questions y'all need to be asked. Instead of thinking that you're going to lose him, lose the man, you need to tell that sucker, hey, you taking care of babies? Because you want to hump for free, and you don't want to put on condoms. Don't you know that babies come with that? Okay, great. Moving along. Dame Dash said something a long time ago, and it got people riled up. He said, whoever pays the bills is the boss. Whoever pays the bills is the boss. He said that, boy, people were so mad. How could you say it? It's always somebody that's not a boss that want to talk about what the boss doing. The kids, they can rebel against the parents. They be like, you're not even doing a good job. And the kids rebel against you, telling you you're not doing a good job. But they're not learning that somebody is providing a roof for you. You're not even a boss here. You're not even providing a roof for yourself. You had to go outside and provide a roof for yourself. Most of y'all would fold over like a lawn chair. Kids, y'all would fold over like a lawn chair because you would not accept the responsibility of being the whole boss. The whole boss got to pay all the bills. Like when you get somebody to invest in your company, you're not the owner anymore. The person that invested that money, they for to put you to work in your business. It's not your business no more. You've given up ownership. You've given up partial ownership. So when you stand in somebody's house and that person is providing a life for you, they buying all your clothes, they buying your shoes, you're not the boss. You need to pay attention. You need to start learning things while the bill's getting paid by somebody else. Responsibility. I have a homeboy, man. His name was Gary Sheffield, just like the baseball player. And Gary Sheffield said something to me about Negroes or niggas. He said niggas buy everything they want and beg for everything they need. Yeah. That stuck with me for so many years. So many years. Buy what you want. These are irresponsible people to me. You buy what you want and you beg for everything that you need. Like you're going to go buy those nice shoes and clothes. But the bills, you're going to beg your mama. You're going to get online and beg Facebook. But you're going to go and buy what you want. You're going to always buy what you want. You're always going to take care of the selfish need. That's what a kid does. The kid going to go and pay for them concert tickets first. And then they be like, okay, I'm going to patchwork these bills together. Maybe I'll pay a piece of this one. I'll pay a piece on that one. And I'll pay a piece on that. That's what a kid thinks. Man, pay your bills and be sitting in the house comfortably than sitting at a goddamn concert and your ass itching because you ain't took care of your responsibilities. The needs. I be talking to my son, man, he got a car. And his car over here looking like the Street Fighter car when you tear the goddamn car up. And I said, look, man, what's the most important thing in your life? Them clothes you wearing or that car that gets you around to your job back and forth? Then you need to start putting more care and effort into your car. But a kid-minded person will put everything into that wardrobe because, you know, you can walk to the job interview. You know, you can walk halfway across town. But kids don't. Okay, let me move to my next point. Kids don't. That's what a wealthy man, he was talking about something. He was talking about kids. And he said, kids don't pay full attention until crap hits the fan. Kids do not pay attention until things are falling apart. When it's time to get evicted and the sheriff is knocking on the door, there's nothing more than that the adult can do. The kid will be like, oh my God, we're about to get kicked out of the house. That's when the kid starts to worry. When they're about to get kicked out of the house, that's when the kid kicks in. The parents been worried about these damn bills. The kid only worried on the day that you're getting kicked out. The day that the lights got cut off, that's when the kid cared. Oh, the day that the internet get cut off, that's when the kid cared. That's when the kids come out of the room and say, what's going on? Kids don't care about nothing till things hit the fan. So this is why these kids are in your house and they not paying attention. They be looking at you crazy because they feel that they are adults. While somebody is paying their bills and providing a very comfortable life for them, they feel that they are adults. They feel that they equal to you because they watch adults online all day. But we're going to World War III. It's happening. And when stuff start happening here, these kids on the spot are going to go back to kids again. Mama, what we going to do? Daddy, what are we going to do? I'm scared. You're scared because you're a kid. And you always been a kid. And now you're finding out on the spot that you are not responsible for your own damn life. So I'm telling you kids now, y'all better start listening to y'all parents. You better start taking care of these people's houses. So next thing is bills. Man, kids, when you're a kid-minded adult, you don't care about no bills. You care about bills when you care about things when it happens. You care about cleaning up your house when the girl coming over. You don't clean up your house just because it's your thing to do. You clean up when somebody coming over. Being a part of coming out of kidhood, especially for you 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old adults, learn how to pay people back. A lot of y'all out here borrowing people's money. Then when you get your bread back, you don't take care of the person that lent some money to you when you ain't had your life together. And then y'all go and buy stuff. You're buying a bunch of stuff. Say, oh, I ain't got no money for you. I only got money for stuff that I need. Because guess what kids do? They only buy what they want. They buy what they want and they gonna beg for everything they need. So they begged for the money from you. But when it was time, when they got their money and it was time for them to pay you back, their kid mind said, no, I got to go buy some tennis shoes for me to make me feel better. That's what a kid-minded person will think. And then they'll try to guilt you into asking for your damn, you want it, Mike? I remember I had loaned some money to a friend. This man came into my bedroom early that morning, man. We was roommates. Came to my bedroom and was like, yeah, man, I really need some money, man. Got to feed my son. Give him some money. But this is the thing. I already knew he was kid-minded. So I made him sign a paper that said, I loaned this man so-and-so amount of money. Sign right here. And you are signing this paper saying that you're going to pay me my bread back. So he ended up getting back on his feet. And he come back in the house with some brand new Huaraches. And I'm like, okay, hooray, hooray for your brand new Huaraches. But what's up with my bread? So he was like, bread? What you talking about money? I don't owe you nothing. And I went right back to that paper in front of all the people that was in the house. I said, look here, nigga, when you was broke and you needed the money for your kid to eat, you signed this paper. Kid-minded ass nigga, give me my money. And so he walked in there and he threw the money on the table. And I don't need to fight you. You kid-minded. You kid-minded. Of course, we were in our 20s, but he was kid-minded then. I don't know if he is kid-minded now. I just can't be around you if you move like that. Because you borrowing from money from people and then trying to like gaslight them when they want their money back, they don't sit right with me. So, next point. Kids say whatever out their mouths. Kids be saying stuff from a kid's perspective, but they want adults to respect their opinion that comes from a kid perspective in an adult arena. So basically you done just left the kids table and you over here at the adults table saying kid things and you want adults to respect it. Ain't nobody respecting you, man. You need to grow up. You need to grow up. Kids say whatever out their mouths. Kids say things just to be boastful, and they don't even have it figured out. They'll be over here boasting online, oh, you broke, blah, blah, blah. Then they go home to a cardboard shack. Kids say everything out their mouths. There's women out here calling men broke, and they ain't got a pot to piss in or when to throw it out of. You staying with your mama, and your mama staying with somebody, and y'all ass out here calling people broke. Lady, you the brokest of the brokest. Man, you the brokest of the brokest. If you are a kid and you stay with your mama, you don't have any money. Your mama and daddy and them got money. You just the person that's benefiting for what they done did. It's not you, it's them. I tell these babies all the time that's in this house, I say, you not fly because of you. You fly because of your mama. Your mama like to dress up and get fly. That's why you fly. It's not because of you. You ain't had really nothing to do with this. You just continuing on an extension of what your mama done gave you. Kids don't understand the value of a roof over their heads. And this leaks into adulthood, where some of you kid-minded adults be walking in y'all parents' house. You done became 25, 23, and you think you're an adult. You're only an adult by age, but you're staying with someone. You ain't contributing that. You ain't contributing nothing. You ain't paying no bills. You up in there with a list of fucking demands. You don't even put groceries in the house. You don't even buy your own toiletries. You 20-something years old, can't buy your own toilet paper. You out here confidently talking shit to people, and you don't even have enough money to wipe your own ass. Because kids don't understand the value of a roof over their head. It's somebody paying for you to stay and live comfortable. On the Herzberg chart of needs, this is what I learned in college, Herzberg chart of needs, the basic necessity for you to be not an animalistic human being is to have a roof over your head, have some food and some water. Basic needs. Shelter, food, water. If you do not have those things, your life is a mess. If you don't have a place to stay, your life is a mess. If you don't have no food, your life is a mess. If you don't have no water, your life is 10 times a mess. See what I'm saying to y'all? And if you don't provide those things for yourself, you're a kid to me. If you don't provide your own food, water, and shelter, you're a kid to me. You're a kid to me. And you need to play in the kids' arena until you're willing and ready to grow up. Let me show you the last example of someone, and these are the kids that I really need to punch a hole in your head. I want to punch a spiritual hole into your head. These kids that be humping on these women. And then a kid come, you say, oh, I had no idea that babies came from having unprotected sex. Then y'all take off running because you was a kid in your mind and you didn't want the responsibility of who you was having sex with to have a baby. You didn't want to take care of that baby, of the person that you was humping on. Hey, young men, if you hump on a woman, there's a 50% chance or greater that you're going to have a baby because you're more fruitful at your age. You're more potent at your age. So if you're out here humping, man, I can't get the real feeling. Nigga, you can't afford the real feeling. Don't put on a condom. Cheap man, poor inside kid. You need to go get condoms because you cannot afford what you're doing. In your kid mind, you just want to have sex. You don't know that there's a responsibility attached to you having those children. And even for you who agree with abortion, when you abort that child, there is a spiritual debt that you must pay on both parents. That's what kids don't understand. You just out here having these motherfucking abortions. There is a spiritual price to pay. And you gonna pay it. So keep on humping on these women, but don't want to be responsible for the child that comes out of that vagina. And you gonna pay the piper, just like your daddy before you and your daddy before him. And if you had a dad that was responsible, you a sucker to me because you watched your dad be responsible and you took that responsibility to your own hands and you ran off. You had a good example and you ran. And to you mama boys, your mama protecting you. Oh man, she crazy. No, you's out here with a loose penis. You're loose. And you need to ring your penis in. Maybe you need to read my book, that section that says men should be about the money, not the honey. But peace out. To all of you kids and adults out there, peace out.